And what we tried to find out was there anything different about the masters and the disasters? Is there anything we could figure out about it? And we were very surprised to find out that we could predict which couples would stay together and which ones would get a divorce with over 90% accuracy. And you know, you don't find that kind of prediction in psychology very often. Usually, we can't predict people's behavior at all. But here in relationships, we were able to predict with enormous accuracy what would happen to a relationship. In fact, in just 15 minutes of a couple talking about an area of continuing disagreement, we could predict with 85% accuracy whether they get divorced. And not only that, after following couples for 14 years, we could not only predict if they would get divorced, but when they would get divorced as well. So I want to tell you about that research and what we discovered from this and how we put it all together in kind of a theory about what makes relationships work and what the principles are for making them get better and better, and also turning around ones that are really unhappy. Now, this ability to predict divorce with very high accuracy or happiness with very high accuracy hasn't done a lot for my personal life. I don't get invited out to dinner very much, for example. You know, very few couples want to know if their relationship is going to work or not. So let me start by talking about what it is we learned that allows us to predict divorce or stability with very high accuracy. The first thing we found was that if you take a look at the ratio of positive stuff during conflict, things like interest, asking questions, being nice to one another, being kind, being affectionate, being empathetic, and you look at all the negative stuff like criticism, hostility, anger, hurt feelings, and you take the ratio of positive to negative, in relationships that stay together, that ratio turns out to be 5 to 1. There's 5 times as many positive things going on in relationships that work as negative. So that's an interesting equation. And it sort of suggests that if you do something negative to hurt your partner's feelings, you know, that you have to make up for it with 5 positive things. So the equation is not balanced in terms of positive and negative. Negative has a lot more ability to inflict pain and damage than positive things have to heal and bring you closer. Now, the couples who wound up divorced, that ratio was 0.8 to 1. So there was a little more negativity than positivity in couples who were heading for divorce.